Hello everyone, I'm Rohit. I, on behalf of Sierra Society, would like to welcome all the teachers to one of the most successful and innovative idea sharing platform of India, ZIIEI, that is Zero Investment Innovation for Education Initiative. Here, we will be discussing about new and innovative techniques for the different lessons from our chapters, and in short, we will learn how to make the whole process of learning fun and interesting for the kids. Today, the chapter that I'll be covering is from Class 5 NCERT Board. Subject is Environmental Studies, and the name of the lesson is known as Mangoes Round the Year. The innovation that I'll be using here is known as One Object, Much Knowledge. The main innovation behind using this idea is to give the students an understanding about the different concepts from the chapter using an object. It will also impart the knowledge in the students that how we can get so much of knowledge using one single object. Some of the important concepts that we'll be covering with the help of this innovation are learning about the expiry date of a product, learning about the importance of preservation of food, learning about the process of spoilage food, and learning about the difference between a fresh food and a spoiled food. We Before initiating the activity, before implementing the innovation, we need to make some pre-arrangements. First of all, we'll be needing a fresh packet of bread. Along with this, we'll be needing a bowl of sugar syrup mixed with vegetable oil and or butter. Then we'll be needing polythene bags, a piece of cloth or plastic for covering the bowl, magnifying glass, a spoon, and a brush for putting the oil over the bread. Along with this, we'll be needing the magnifying glass. First of all, I'd like to talk about the duration for this activity. The duration will be one period of 40 minutes and five more periods of 5 minutes observation each. We initiated discussion with the students. First of all, we'll focus on giving the students an understanding about the expiry date. We asked the students the following questions. We asked them, suppose we give them the fresh packet of bread, and we asked them that for how many days can you consume this bread? They might respond 3 days. We asked them that how do you know that it is 3 days? Then they might respond that with the help of the expiry date. We tell them that we inform them that the expiry date helps us to know that up to which date we can consume the food. It shows us the freshness of a food. And then we distribute a few pieces of bread to the students, and we ask them to make the following observations of the bread. By first of all, they will touch it and feel it. How does it feel like? Then they will taste it. Then they will smell it, and also by looking. They will observe all the following traits and note all the observations in a chart in the notebooks. Then we tell the students that now we are going to learn about the spoilers of food. How What do you think? How When does a food get spoiled? They might respond that if after the expiry date it gets spoiled, or then we ask them that how do we know it gets spoiled? They might respond that it creates fungus. When fungus origins gets grows over the bread or it smells bad, then we come to know that that food is not consumable. We tell the students that now we'll be doing one activity for learning about the spoilage of food. We ask them to put few pieces of bread in a packet before and sprinkle some amount of water into it and just keep it aside, and we tell them that we'll be observing this packet for few days, for 4 to 5 days, and we will note down the observations in our notebook. And just like for the traits which we have written for the fresh packet of bread, we tell them that the uh, we'll be observing for the all the days for these following traits, like for the smell, for how it look, what does it taste, what does it feel like when you touch it. And we ask them, and about the color, we ask them to make take all the observations. When we start seeing changes in the bread, again initiate discussion. We ask the students that how does it smell like now? They might say that it smells bad. How does it What happens to its color, or how does it look like? Then they might respond that it is having green patches or it's becoming dark. We tell them the green patches that you see over the bread is known as fungus, and the bread has developed fungus in it. That means the bread is not consumable now, and it has been spoiled. And the bad smell also tells us that the bread is not consumable. And with the help of these parameters, we can come to know that which is a consumable food and which is not consumable. Next, we move on to giving the students an understanding about preservation of food. First of all, we ask them that what is preservation? We take their responses and we inform them that preservation is a process which helps in delaying the process of spoilage of food. And we use preservation for using raw foods for a long duration of time. We tell them that in the packet of bread, it is written that we can consume this food for only 3 days. But suppose we want to consume it for long duration of time, then how will we do it? We take the responses. We tell them that today we'll be doing an activity. We'll try to preserve this piece of bread for a long duration of time. We take the piece of bread, the left piece of bread in the previous activity. We take the left pieces of bread, and we apply the sugar syrup with the butter over it, and just leave it for the day. Again, we repeat the same process for 3 days, unless and until it turns into a rusk. We tell them that now we can consume it for a long duration of time. We preserve it, and similar products are available in the market also, which we know them as rusk biscuit. And the sugar syrup with the butter which I have used over the bread acts as a preservative for preserving the bread. This way, we continue with the class, giving the students an understanding of how we can preserve the food, how we can learn about many concepts using one object. And that is why the main innovation is known as one object must knowledge. And when we start teaching the students in this way, we get a lot of other benefits. First of all, the whole class will turn into a fun and interesting one. The students will be able to visualize the things which you have been explaining in the class in a much more practical way. So apart from this, they will also be developing the critical thinking and decision making process. They will be learning how to write data, how to note data on the notebook. They will learn how to communicate in English. They will also learn how to respond to simple instructions made in English. Along with this, they will also develop their interpersonal skills. And I hope you like this video and go to your class and start implementing this idea. And I'm pretty much sure that when you start implementing this idea in your own classrooms, then you will be getting a lot of other benefits apart from the ones which I've mentioned. And for this innovation, this idea, that's all. If you like this video and you want more of such videos from us, please do like, share, and subscribe to our official channel, ZIIEI. Thank you.